Hi guys, welcome back to Karamia's Corner. Join me today for a little Craft with Me session. I thought it would be fun to pull out our scraps and make some vintage specimen cards. So today I'll be showing you a few different ways on how to make them. So let's get to it. First up, we're going to make this 2x2 little specimen card. And this is a perfect way to use up your scraps. So you can make loads of these in just minutes. So I cut this to 2x4 inches in size, and you're basically going to just fold it in half. So now you have the front and back of your card ready. I'll be using a circle punch to create that window, and then once we're done with that, we will be picking our butterfly ephemera, and I think this one's a Tim Holtz. Let's punch that up. So now that I have that, I am just going to put that aside and pick our butterfly. I think I'm going to go with a smaller, one size smaller down, and I think that'll fit better in our window. So if you have a bigger circle punch, you can definitely use that. So I'm picking my monarch butterfly here. Now for the clear film, you can use some of your packaging, acetate, you can laminate it. Today we are going to use some packing tape, and this is a great way to create that laminated look without having to use the laminating machine. Super easy, and you can use it. It's always something that you might have at home, so it comes really handy. So I'm just cutting this up, and I'm going to lay my butterfly right on top on the sticky side of our tape. I'm going to fold it over in just a sec here. Here we go, fold it, and then I'm going to press down and make sure I get rid of all the air bubbles that are in there. Just push it down and make sure we have our butterfly impression on there. Nice. Once I'm done with that, the next step is just to simply place it in that circle and then cut any excess of the tape. So I'm just going to trim this off, and I'm going to stick it down. But I'm thinking for this one, instead of having a clear specimen card, I might put a background just to add a little more interest to our card. Maybe we can use this graph coffee dyed paper. Let's have a look, see. Or I'll probably use this vellum piece here that has some writing. Kind of look, I like that transparent look for our background. So now I'm just going to stick this down, and we'll do the next step. So I went ahead and put some double-side tape here. You can definitely use crafter's glue, some glue stick to adhere your pieces. I'm just going to put our little vellum sheet cutout here. Here we go. And now we put our butterfly piece on top of that. And I'm just going to fold this over, just like this. Push it down. I also think I'm going to round off the edges to give it a more finished look. So I'm going to use my rounder tool. This one's gotten a little dull, so I might have to buy one from Hobby Lobby soon. So now that I'm rounding off the edges, the next part is to create a little punch where we'll put our eyelet in. And these specimen cards are wonderful to embellish your junk journal pages. You can create tabs with them as well. I'm just picking one of these eyelets, and I think I'll go with, let's see, the darker one here. They are so tiny, but they are so cute and perfect for a small little card like this. I'm just going to set that in place, and we are almost done with our first one. Now, instead of using a pin, I might use a thread, but let's decorate the bottom part first. And I'm going to use some of this graphing paper. So I'm going to just do a little rough tear here for our piece. And that's where I'm going to lay down my little word sentiment. Just going to glue it on top. Probably put it here on the left and use some glue stick. So put that, and then I'm going to pick one of my word cutouts to embellish it. So I'm going to get my word, and this is a perfect little project to make also an exchange in your Happy Mail. You can make a 10 and send a bunch to your swap partner. And these just make beautiful little pieces to embellish gifts. So I'm just going to thread through some of this really fine thread. It has a little bit of shine to it instead of using a ball pin. I'm just going to pull that thread up. There we go, almost there. Now we have our first one done. Now it's an alternative way to hold your specimen card. I can put some beads there in just a little bit. And the next one we're going to be making, we're going to be using a embossing folder, and I'll show you what I have here. So this is what it looks like. So you create some texture around the frame of your specimen card, and then just add some images. So here I have a 2x4 sheet. Just going to run it through my Cuttlebug. I've also picked out a folder here just to create that texture. And let's run it through here quickly. Just got to get the right plates. And so that, now you see the impression on there, folded in half. And now I'm going to put on my circle die here to cut the window for our card. I'm just holding it down with some washi. It makes it easier so it doesn't go out of place. Let's run it through real quickly again. So I don't really throw away my my little scraps. What I do instead, like for this one, we can still use the circle cutout as little tabs for our journal pages, so make sure to use that. So I'll just put that aside. And so here is our embossed frame. The next part, I'm just going to apply some gold wax on top of it. So this is one that I got from Amazon. It's really nice. It also has a nice scent to it. So you just put a little bit. I'm using my index cards to kind of brush it on top or put it on top of the impression. And I think this wax would work well too for your wax seals. So if you have wax seals and has some details in the wax that you'd like to see, you can definitely use this one. So I'm going to do this front and back of our card. Kind of shows or makes that patina, like vintage patina look. Now do the same one on the flip side. Now for our window, for the film, I'm going to be using some packaging, clear packaging sheet. And I'm going to be using some stickers from your creative studio. Amanda included some really nice floral stickers that were printed on a clear, like acetate looking sheet, so I think it'll look look good on our frame. So now that's done, let me just get my sheet here. I already cut it out, so I want it to have a little background as well, and I'm just going to put some of this packaging sheet on top, and we'll use these stickers and decorate it. Now usually specimens in between the clear frame. But since these stickers were printed on a clear sheet, I think I'm just going to stick it on top. I have my double side tape on there. I'm going to put down this background paper. And then I am going to lay down my little clear sheet. And I'm just going to close our frame down. And we're just going to add some beautiful pressed flower stickers here. They're so cute. Look at that yellow, it's so pretty. And she really included a bunch of variety at least, and they're so fun to play with. I love this one too in fuchsia, and we have a smaller one that I'm going to be adding right there. I'll put it right there. So time to, again, just round the edges here, or the corners. Now this paper had a little bit, almost like had a fibrous feel to it, so it's a little hard to punch it, but really pretty teal blue, and I love teal blue. So I'm going to, again, create a little punch here for my eyelet. And I think for this one, I'm going to pick a gold eyelet. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm setting it there. Okay, so now that we have that, I am also going to go ahead and decorate it again with little word embellishment. I have some leftover burlap here in pink. I think it looks really pretty against that teal blue. So I'm just going to pull a little bit off here to even out the edges. I'm just heating up my glue gun so I can glue it down like that, and add a word sentiment again to this one here. So the word I picked was daydream, so I'm going to add that. So I went ahead and stuck this down with some of the glue and added some beads to that. Now our final little window specimen piece, we're going to use an envelope and also create a journaling card. So I'm just using it, I'm poking it with a pencil, and this was inspired by Teal and Tattered YouTube channel. She made this beautiful boho themed envelope window, and I really like just the organic feel to the window. It's not the perfect circle or oval shape, so that makes it a little bit more fun, and you don't need any special tools. So I'm using some Tim Holtz Distress ink here on the edges, just a little bit, a little touch of that. So I thought I'd make a journaling card, a two-sided journaling card, and the back side will have the image coming through that window. So for our window, I am going to use a vellum piece. I'm going to put that on top. And next we are going to create our journal card. So I have a little square cut out here. Let's start decorating. So quickly wanted to just show you that I've stitched around it. We have little tea-dyed paper in the back for journaling. Now let's see how it looks behind our window. Doesn't that look great? Time to decorate our envelope. So here we're looking at our completed envelope window specimen, and it makes a perfect journal spot too, and creates a little window. So it says memories, and we have a little collage here, and when we open it up you can definitely journal in there. So this would be a great like little addition. You create a little paper hinge and attach it to your journal, so you can flip it over, open this, and take out your journaling card. So we also made one of the specimen cards using some packing tape. So if you don't have laminating paper or you don't have acetate handy, this is a great way to make it. And we can add beads to embellish it. And we have our third one here where we used a die cut, circle die cut, and embossing folder to create some texture on our specimen card. This one we used a regular punch. Now if you don't have any of those, you can definitely trace it using a bottle cap and cutting out the shape that you would like. So this is more freeform, a little bit grungy looking, and we've used some of the stickers here from your creative studio for the pressed flowers. And instead of making it clear, we've added a little background with some writing. Hope you guys enjoyed this little craft with me and learning how to make some of my favorite ways to create specimen cards for your junk journal. Thanks again for watching Caramia's Corner. See you next time. Bye.